हो गया जी. ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ओम शांति शांति शांति. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. Today happens to be Monday, so we are doing Upadesha Sahasri, page number 173, 22nd verse. 21st verse we have seen, last verse, the last on the page. 173 the page number. You all found out the where you are. You have found out where you are. स्थान अवच्छेद दृष्टि स्याद् इंद्रियाणां तदात्मताम् गताधीः तां हि पश्यन् ज्ञो देहमात्र एव ईक्षते. Sthana means in the place of the senses, the eye. Avacheda means, the threefold limitation. Threefold limitation is what is called avacheda. What is threefold limitation? Space-wise limitation and time-wise limitation. It is only here. The eyes are only here, not everywhere in the space. So it is, it's a given point in space. That is called spatial limitation. And the time, it is only now. Later on, it won't be there. And therefore, it's called time-wise limitation. It is only the sight. It is not something else. It is not ear. It is not that's what is called objectivity-wise limitation. Vastu as a vishaya, as an object, it is limited. This is called threefold limitation. Sthanat avacheda drishti. The one who is unlimited thinks that the one who thinks that I am only limited to the senses, to the body. Senses are limited to the body. Senses are limited to the body, and the jnana thinks. Jnana means the one who understands, the consciousness thinks that I am indeed I'm indeed confined to the body, confined to the senses, and the senses are confined to the body, and therefore I'm limited. In this manner, the consciousness thinks. Consciousness is explaining how consciousness can think. It is unlimited. Consciousness is unlimited. How can it think that it is limited? Sthana avachedvada. Avachedvada is different from Pratibhimbavada. Avachedvada is acceptable. It's limited, confined to. Limited to. I'm limited, I'm confined to the body. I'm confined to the body. And the senses are confined to the body. And therefore, through the senses, I'm confined to. Even though the pramanas, it is the eye, but in all of them, there is one thing called consciousness. I is there. I see, I hear, I taste, I touch, I taste, I touch, I smell. I is there in all the pramanas. And therefore, that I is conscious me. And therefore, there is awareness. That awareness is what is called jnana. Sthanavacheda drishti sya indriyanam tadatmanam. Indriyanam, the sense organs, they have tadatma drishti, tadatmim, identification with the body. They have identification with the body. So, tadatmatam. This is what is called tadatma bhava. Tadatma bhava means I'm tadatma bhava is like you have with the body. The consciousness has the body with the body. That is called tadatmim. And that tadatmim, because of that tadatmim, tadatmatam, gata dhihi. The thought, it is in the form of the thought. The object looks the object is nothing but it looks as though it is an object of thought. It is not an object of thought. It is thought only, and therefore it is not an object of thought. It is not object. It is independent of thought. Whether I see it or not, it is always there. We think it is. It's not like that. You see it only when it is there, and therefore you see it. ऐसा नहीं. You see it, and therefore it is. It is not. It's not independent of your sight. It is independent of your. It is not independent of your sight. You are being aware of it, and therefore it is there. It looks to be, before it is falsified, it looks as though it is independent of thought. It is not independent of thought. If it were independent of thought, then without your seeing also, the body should be there. But then when in the deep sleep state, even though when you are not, you don't see the body is there. When you don't see the body, and the body is there, that's true. All the objects are there, but then your house is there, everything is there, even though you don't see. But here the acharya is saying that it is only mere thought. That means it is not there when it is not seen. That means when it is nothing but awareness only. Awareness is the material cause. It is independent of awareness also, it should be there. But it is independent of awareness, it is not there. And therefore, independent of awareness, it is not there. And therefore, independent of awareness, it should be independent, it should not be related to awareness. The object should not be related to the awareness. It is related to the awareness. It is related to the senses. I see it. When you say it is related to the awareness, I see it, and therefore it is. You say, I see it. Why should the Acharya say it is only seen? It is not there. It is only seen. The universe is only seen. It is not there. Sana avacheda drishti. Sad indriyanam tadatma. This is what is called tadatmya. Tadatmya bhavana. Tadatmya means the identification. Tadatmata. Identifying with the body, identifying with the senses, identifying. Tadhihi. Dhihi means the intellect, the thought. Tam hi pashan, and seeing pashan means seeing. Tam hi pashan, seeing that intellect, deha matra iva ikshate. It is the self is seen. I am only of the size of the body. I am only that is the angushta matra purushaha. It is only jiva, angushta matra purushaha. Deha angushta matra purushaha. Angushta matra purushaha means I am only of the size of the thumb. I am only of the size of thumb means it's given like that. Means I am small. Angushta matra purushaha. Deha itra avatishtade. Jiva ikshate. I am only of the size of the body. This is what the unlimited things. The unlimited things that I am the body. As long as he thinks that I am the body, so long he is called the jiva. Otherwise, when he understands that he is not the body, then he is Brahman. Like in the deep sleep state, he doesn't feel the body, he doesn't feel the senses, he doesn't feel the breath, and therefore at that time he is Brahman only. Even though he is not, even though he is a jiva, he doesn't know. But from the waking point of view, he doesn't know. He has to wake up to understand, to remember that there was peace. I had ignorance of the five elements. I did not see the five. These objects were not there, and all that. This body I did not feel. This he remembers only from the waking point of view. But the experience is what? At the time of experience, he is only non-dual. And that non-duality he experiences. He is only non-dual, and he is unlimited. At that time, when you go to the deep sleep state means the dreamless sleep. In the deep sleep state, you don't have the you don't feel the body, you don't miss the body, you don't feel the breath, you don't miss the breath, you don't feel the thoughts, you don't miss the thoughts. And you don't, even though your children are sleeping next to you, but they're small children, but they are not, you don't miss them. You don't miss them. You don't miss them. You don't feel them. You don't miss them. And at that time, there is only Shanti. And therefore, don't say there was nothing. You don't say. If there was nothing, then there was nothing. There was no particular thing. There were no things. But you can't say there was nothing. You were there. You were very much there. You were aware of the absence of the things. You are born. When you look back, it's all vacuum. It's all absence of these objects I did not see, this body I did not feel, these thoughts I did not feel, this breath I did not feel, this world I did not know. And you may say, but who is it your belief? No, it's not your belief. It is your knowledge, it's your experience. You experienced that you experienced that the past was nothing but you were there in the past. And like that, if you go on, uh, Sushupti also is like that. In Sushupti, these objects were not there, but you were very much there. Therefore, when thoughts are not there, thinker is there. When thoughts are there, thinker is there. Even in meditation, even in you can I can understand. Even in jhana, when thoughts are resolved, thinker is there, continues to be there. Only when you are there. When thoughts are not there, you are there. And when the thoughts are not there, you are there. And therefore, you don't have to think that it is all nothing. There was nothing, you can't say. No particular thing was there, but there was nothing. It was not nothing. It was very much your presence. It was your presence. And therefore it is said, mm, now the Buddhism is there. Buddhism say Buddha we accept, but Buddhism we don't accept. There are two things, Ji. One is Buddha, the other is Buddhism. Buddha's words are acceptable. But Buddhism, whatever Buddhism is saying, that we don't accept. That Buddhism says, the one school says, Kshanikam, everything is the अपेक्षा यदि भिन्नेपि अपेक्षा यदि भिन्नेपि अपेक्षा the necessity for necessity yadi bhinnepi, even though they're objects are there, even though there is a division between the object and the subject. We have to see the page number 174. I'm sorry, 174 we have to see. Kshanikam hi tadatyartham, atyartham. Everything is kshanikam, is perishable. Kshanikam. Kshanikam means it is momentary. Kshanikam hi tadatyartham. Atyartham means very much choicelessly it is kshanikam. Dharma matram, a noun. Nirantaram, always. It is always kshanikam. It is always nirantaram means it is one after another. It is anything that is born it perishes. It changes. It perishes, and something new is born. Sadrishat. Sadrishat, because it is similar. Buddhism thinks it is similar. It is not the same. It is a similar. Similar thing is born, and therefore you think it is the same. Sadrishat, depavat. Depavat means like a flame of lamp. It is a flame that was appearing before, and now also it appears. It is the same thing. We think, but it is only similar. It is not the same. That is what these people think. But Shankaracharya says, no, it is the same thing. It is not a similar thing, it is the same thing. Similar is different from the same. You have to understand this. Similar is not the similar, it is the same thing. Dipavad dhihi. And understanding tat chanti, tat chanti, tat chanti means overcoming the thought, overcoming the thought that it is the same. Everything is momentary, and therefore there is no, even Atma is not there. Thoughts are not there. When thoughts are not there, Atma also is not. They're called Nairatmavadis. Tat Shanti, overcoming the continue that it is the same thing. It is not similar. Overcoming that thought is called moksha. Tat shanti purusharthata. That is called purusharthata. Purusharthata means moksha. This is what you have to do. It is not the same thing, it is a similar thing. In this manner, he says. But Shankaracharya says, it's not the similar thing, it is the same thing. This is what he says. This is what he said in the verse number 23. And 24th verse it is said, Sakara, there are two schools of thought. One school of thought is Bhakyarthvada, and the other vada is called, other school is called Kshanika Vijnanavada. Kshanika Bhakyarthvada means the object is independent of thought. Kshanika Vijnanavada says the object is nothing but Vijnanam, is nothing but thought. But it's perishable thought. And therefore it's perishable thought. And therefore thought is perishable. Thought, whether you call, he says the object is not an object is independent of thought. It is nothing but thought only. The object is thought. The object is nothing but other than the thought. It is not independent of thought. It is thought. It is inseparable from thought. In this manner, he thinks. These are the two schools, and those two schools are called Swakaranya Avabhasamcha, Yesham Rupadi Vidyate, Yesham Nasti, Tataschanyat, Purva Sangati, Uchate. The first line is the first school, one school. First school is said. Swakara Anya Avabhasam. Anya Swakara means they have got their own forms, their own sounds, their own tastes. Swakara. The forms are different, sounds are different. They are independent of the knowledge, independent of whether you see or not, they are there. They're independent. Yesham Rupadi Vidyati. Yesham means which philosopher. So which the philosopher, whoever are there. There's one school of thought thinks Yesham. जिनके लिए रूपादि विद्यते. Rupadi means form, etc. are there. Form is there, sound is there, taste is there, touch is there, smell is there. They're all there in this manner. Vidyate. Yesha, and then another school says they are not there. They are there only because as an object of, you think that they are object of knowledge, but they are knowledge in themselves. The object is thought only. The object is not independent of thought. The object is thought only. Thought only until it is disproved, it looks like thought. It looks like an object of thought. It is not an object of thought. It is thought itself. This is the second school. Yesham nasti tadascha anyat. Yesham na anyat. It is na anyat means it's not something other than the thought. It's not something other than the thought. Sangati asangati. Purva asangati ruchyate. Asangati means it's not that it is an object of the thought. There is no. It's not that the thought reaches the object. Thought is object. Object is thought. In this manner, the Vijnanavadis say. It came in Mandukya Karika ji. In Mandukya Karika, it was elaborately said. These two schools are explained. One is Bhakyarthavada and the other is Vijnanavada. And Vijnanavadis are considered the thought itself, object is thought. That is, we also say that the object is nothing but the thought. The object is not separate from the thought. But they say that the object is not the thought. Object also is thought. But we say the thought and the object, both of them are nothing but made of awareness. They think that the object is made of thought only because they think that it is awareness is perishable. But for us, according to us, awareness is not perishable, it is timeless. It is not related, it's not relative, it is absolute. Consciousness is absolute. We say that consciousness is absolute. And then Bhakyakaratvatah Now, first school is being uh, refuted. First school is being refuted by second school. How does Bhahyakaratva, because it is independent of thought, because it's external. Uh, Smritya bhavaha sadakshana. That kshana, when before you see the smriti abhava, there is no memory. Memory is not acceptable. Memory is also kshanikam. It's changing. It's new. You think it is the same memory. It is not the memory. It is the memory. Smriti memory sada kshanikatvacha. Kshanikatvacha means being momentary. Samskaram naiva dhatte kvachit. The intellect doesn't take the sanskara. Sanskara means the impression. The sanskara, it cannot take the impression. It can sanskara, the intellect does not take the impression. Sanskara, it cannot take the impression. It cannot take the impression because it is momentary. Adharasyapi asatvacha, and the basis being there is no basis for asatvacha, and even the consciousness is asatvacha. There is only shunya, and therefore ultimately they end up in shunyavada. All the Bhakyarthvadis, Vijnanavadis, ultimately they end up in Shunyavada. There is nothing, and therefore you don't have to worry. You can die peacefully. You can live peacefully and you can die peacefully. There is nothing to be known. Atma is not there. But whereas Hinduism is based upon Atma, and therefore Atma is different from Anatma. Adharasyapi asatvacha tulyata anirnimitataha. That it is the same, there is no nirnimitta. Nirnimittataha means there is no reason. There is no reason why it should be the same. You can't give there any reason why it is the same. Sthaneva, or if you accept the Siddhanti, Sthaneva means Sthana in arguments, Sthana means if you take everything is in place, that the Siddhanti is in place. Sthaneva, if you accept the Siddhanti, then Kshanikattvasya Hanam. Kshanikam, that it is Kshanikam, will be everything is momentary, it will go. Hanam, it will go. Kshanikam will go. Kshanikavadatvam will go. And then Kshanikavada will go. And therefore, Hanam Shad, not Adishyate, that is not acceptable. That is not acceptable. And therefore, everything is Kshanikam, but then ultimately it is Shunyam. And that is what that is what they say. The Kshanikavada, one is Kshanikavada, the other is called Vijnanavada, Kshanika Vijnanavada, and the other is called the Bhagyarthavadas, and they are called Madhyamikas are called Shunyavadis. Shunyavadas. Ultimately, they're all one and the same. The Shunyavadis. They're all Shunyavadis. The felt thought is momentary. The felt body is momentary. The felt the universe is momentary. You may think that it is the same. It is not the same. It is the similar. It is the similar. They think. The Buddhists think that it is similar. It is not same. The objects are not the same. The objects are similar. In this manner, they think. Shantehescha. And then these people say, Shanti, you don't have to make any effort for it. You don't have to do any karma for that. In order to get moksha, you don't have to make any effort. Therefore, you don't have to struggle for it. Why? Because ayatna siddhatvat. It is going to come to you without your effort. You don't have to make an effort because everything is momentary, choicelessly. The Shunyam is choiceless. And Shunyam is choiceless. And Shunyam is choiceless. Shunyavadis say the Shunya is choiceless. And therefore you don't have to do. We say fullness. They say Shunyam, nothing. Nothing. Nothing is not understood. It is no particular thing. Sadhanokti anarthika. Therefore, to do all the sadhanas are useless. To do the sadhanas are anarthika. They are all useless. To do any sadhana for moksha is useless. Anarthika. Anarthika. It is useless. In this manner they say. Ekaikasmin samapna. Samaptatvat. Ekaikasmin. Everything in this world samaptatvat. It is kshanikam. It will go. It will come to an end. It will come to an end. Therefore, na anya 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 apeksha. And therefore there is no dependency upon anything. You don't have to depend upon anything. Everything is you don't have to depend upon anything. Everything is hmm, everything is choiceless. The Kshanikatvam is choiceless, and we also say the fullness is choiceless, and they say Kshanikatvam. Kshanikatvam means Shunya, nothing. Nothing. In this, there is a one thing, because they did not know English, they did not understand this thing. And one thing is, no particular thing, no particular thing was available. No, in sleep, we can't say you are not there. In meditation, when you control all the thoughts are not there. You are very much there. You may not know, but you are very much there. The thoughts are not there. The thinker cannot overcome himself. The thinker cannot get rid of himself. The thinker is always there, and therefore the thinker is a consciousness, and that consciousness is indeed eternal. It is timeless, and therefore you don't have to say. So the alpha, yeah, the alpha, Shantesha ayatna siddhatvat. Shantesha ayatna siddhatvat means the Shanti being effortlessly present, effortlessly available. Why should you do sadhana? There is no need for every sadhana. There is no need for any sadhana. That is what they say. Buddhists always do. That's why we say, as Hindus, we believe, we say that, see, any belief, it's not the belief. It is, we know that, because anything that you believe, whatever you believe, you can't analyze it. Like heaven, you believe. It's a matter of belief. It's not a matter of analysis. It's not a matter of argument. It's not a matter of analysis. It is not a matter of analysis. It is a matter of belief. When a person is dealing with a matter of belief, then he should not argue. But if a person is thinking about jnana, then it should be within experience. If it is not within like scientists, when they see the objects, you have to know that the object must be within experience to analyze. But why do you have to argue if it is heaven? Are you ignorant or wise about heaven? You don't know. And there it is not within your experience. And therefore it is a matter of belief. That there is a heaven is a matter of belief. And that there is a God in heaven is a matter of belief. It's a matter of belief. If it is a matter of belief, then don't argue. But Hinduism is not a matter of belief. It is a matter of knowledge. It's a matter of understanding. Hinduism is a matter of understanding because because it is a matter of understanding, and therefore it is difficult, and therefore many people don't take to Hinduism. Many people take to beliefs. Many people take to beliefs, and therefore they get into trouble. Beliefs are, if you have the belief, like in the deal that you had sleep, is it a belief that there was nothing? Is it a belief? It is your experience. It is your experience. When it is your experience, then why do you have to say that it is my belief? It is your experience. And that Shanti was your experience. If it is not your experience, then why do you have to sleep? And therefore, it is your experience. Sleep is your experience. Non-duality is your experience. It's not your belief. And that experience you have to understand in the waking. In the waking state also, I was in Sushupti. When I was in Sushupta, I was free from the body. I was free from the breath. I was free from the thoughts. Asharirah, Apranah, Subraha. Apranah, Subraha. It is said that the Atma, the self, is something that is free from the thoughts, free from the breath. Aprana, Amanaha, Shubraha. Aprana, it is free from the breath, free from the thoughts, free from the body, free from all these things are experienced, freedom. These objects were not there. It is not a belief, please. Before your birth, this world was there, not there. It was not your belief, it was your experience, please. Therefore, the Atma is always there to the experience. Without the observer, you can't have the observed. The observed cannot exist without the observer. The observer has to be there. The observer has to be there in order to understand that there is observed. That is called, he is called a jiva. Every scientist is a jiva, please. And therefore it is said that they think that Shunyam is everything, Shunyam is everything, and therefore Shunyam, in order to get Shunyam, you don't have to do any sadhana because everything is momentary, everything perishes. When everything is momentary and everything perishes, you don't have to uh, do any sadhana. Choicelessly, you can become effortless, and therefore effortlessly, when you can get effortlessly moksha, why do you have to do any sadhana? In this manner, they argue. The shunyam is something that is the shunyam they talk about shunyam, kshanikatvam, and all that. But our doctrine is our Vedanta is something that is Atma is Purnam. Purnatvam and Sunyatvam, they look to be the same, but they are not the same, please. One is your being full, your presence is there. The absence of things may be there. The absence of things are also like the rope and snake. The rope itself is the material cause for the snake. But the rope, they don't accept the snake, they don't accept the rope also. They accept only shunyam, there is no shunyam. Because the rope also is momentary, and therefore ultimately everything perishes. And they say that. And then, and the Bhagyarthavadis are dismissed by Vijnanavadis. Vijnanavadis dismissed Bhagyarthavadis, saying that Bhagyarthavadis, and if it is really, if it is outside, they are not. But in the dream, they look to be outside, outside, but they are not outside. They are inside, but they look to be outside. You can't have a river flowing in the. You can't see a big mountain, big elephant, big mountain in the body, and therefore you dream a big elephant, a big mountain in the body. Body can't accommodate a big mountain, and therefore you can't say that everything is outside the atma, outside the self. Everything is. Shankaracharya says, Vishwam Darpana Drishyamanu Nagare Tulyam. Nijantargara. The universe is like a reflection seen in the mirror. If you do the mirror, and the universe is reflects in the mirror, a big mirror, let us say, and in that mirror the universe is reflecting, and the universe is reflecting. Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagare Tulyam. Any city, Nagari means a city that is reflecting in a mirror. Is like that. The universe means it is only a reflection. It appears to be, it is seen to be real. It is seen to be real, but it is not real. If it is seen to be real, then it is not real. It is only seen to be real. It is not real. And therefore, if it is only seen to be real, it is not real. And therefore, he says, in this manner, we say that it's all made up. Shunikatvam is acceptable for these schools also. Both schools accept. Ultimately, there is Shunyam alone. And Shunyam is acceptable to both the schools. Kshanikatvam also, momentariness also is acceptable to both the schools. To both the schools. But the one school dismisses the other school. And the one school says that the objects are independent of thought. And the Vijnanavadis say the thoughts, objects are not independent of thoughts, they are only thoughts. We accept also that mark to it, that the objects are thoughts only. But the objects and thoughts, both of them are aware, made of awareness. We say that. There is a difference between Vijnanavadis and Vedanta. Vijnanavadis are, they say, thoughts are only objects. Um, Thoughts will become objects. Thoughts look like objects. That is what the Vijnanavadis say. Vijnanavadis are equal to Vedanta, but Vijnanavadis are not Vedantis. Why? Because they're only the Vedanta. They up to a point the Vedanta accepts them up to a point, but then it leaves them and then explains that both of them, the thoughts and the objects, are the thoughts which appear like as objects. They are indeed awareness. In this manner, they say. Vedanta says. The more of it we will see in the next class. Thank you very much, Ji. Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purna, Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnameho Vasishyate. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Wow. I'm not well, Ji.